Build your own fate.
If you attack me, you'll break the golden rule.
Ha, good. I welcome it. You see, the philosopher told me that each time it breaks, Osiris bellows with rage, and his voice shakes the very foundations of the earth. I can only hope one more tremor will lay waste to this fragile place once and for all, and you along with it.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
It says main goal failed. Yeah, can I persuade him? I wish to explore. Wanna see where it leads to.
When you what? But
I'm gonna confront him about the golden rule.
blasphemous fool! You have when I told that you are you what? But what? Doubtful. What do you know about honoring the Lord of Silence? You speak the truth. Indeed, it seems we have all been deceived. Many of my ancestors endured great hardship to live good lives so that we may descend to the Duat in death and be judged accordingly. We prepare to have our hearts weighed on Anubis' scales and to swear ourselves innocent of sin before the 42 assessors of Ma'at. And yet, I arrive here to find the Book of the Dead contained only a seed of truth. And now, I ask myself, did our priests steal and embellish the stories of an older people and feed us lies all our lives simply to trick us into obedience? Blasphemer! You have sealed...
Irritating motherfucker.
You... you... What? What? But what? Met we and did... I am not sure I follow.
You were only good in life because you expected a reward. Were you really a good person?
Now you insult me and all of my... You have...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, this fucking moron.
With that, you... are... What? But... Doubt... Many weep and ye did... I am... Perhaps there is some truth in that. What is your point?
You're gonna abandon a lifetime of good character now that it matters most just because you found out you were misled.
You are persuasive. Very well. I will let you live, and you may do what you will with that plaque. I will remain here for a while, and attempt to learn what I can about the foundations of my people's beliefs.
What have I done? Holy shit. How far does the water rise? That's it.
You again. Of course.
Let's see what happened. And where we are right now. I believe this should be the way out.
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable. Good to see you again. I enjoy.
I hope not much time passed so I can do everything. I still need 2 more plagues. I got 2. Who's got them? Upper system. Georgius about the Greek plague. You can ask Dooley about the Greek plague.
Hello? Hello? He said he gave me this key, and maybe all I remember is he said something about the sis. Now nobody looks after me.
Fortune smile on you, brother.
Galarian. What about, like, if you Hannibal? Bye-bye.
That one is hard to get.
How? He was. Yeah, so I'll tell. Any now. Oh. I saw you slide down that rope before, and oh, of course. Anyway.
I played Legacy of Kain. I don't have it on my channel, but I played it more than 20 years ago. Also Rivers, Defiance. I played it all. Blood Omen. And I hold those games in high regard also. Very, very high regard. Especially Defiance. And Blood Omen too. I played them all. Kain and Reziel. And indeed it has one of the best voice acting ever.
Well, I've been trying to get this rare flower from the rock spire in the middle of the lake. It's too steep to climb, so I hung a rope over the lake and made this pulley device, only I couldn't quite summon the nerve to use it. Do you think you could use the device again and try to get that flower for me? I don't really feel comfortable talking about it. Look, I'll tell you everything if you get it for me.
Sure.
Oh, thank you. It would help me a lot. There's no rush, just whenever you get a chance. All right. See you around.
Get the flower. There are very few games I actually haven't played, okay? In the last 30 years. Very, very few. The flower. How on fucking earth am I supposed to get it? Oh. Okay. Did it work? Denario Ceros. Am I supposed to grab the flower man from where? Golden apple. They won't get me up. I'll do it. Come on. Come on. I don't know. I really don't know. Come on, you troll! I don't know, man. This is just fucking stupid. What the fuck? That makes no sense. I'm gonna die if I take that rope. I see the rope, but I'm gonna die if I take. I doubt I can survive that. Yeah. But this is bullshit.
Don't believe a word they tell you. Shalom, friend.
There was no sign of Scintilla. Hey.
Shalom. Shalom. Scintilla and nothing. And this is exactly why I kept our relationship a secret. All right. I wasn't allowed out. So once everyone else was asleep,
We know
and
that.
that's I just and from the and so we'd hold and then all I could. I swear, she'd never. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive. I don't. I've never. But I. Really, I feel first the only I remember.
The cisterns. I found Scintilla's amulet on a skeleton in a cistern.
A skeleton.
He doesn't believe it. That's a hard point. I don't have way much time for this loop, I already did a lot. They don't need to do voice acting, okay? They can use the old voice acting, they just need to rework the entire game, including gameplay and everything else, shitty camera angles. You know how all Legacy of Kain's games are. Unbelievable. The Waylanders. No, I haven't considered that one yet. Frankly, I don't know what to play first. I got so many games to play. We'll see. You are fucking irritate me now. Hallelujah.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Very, very soon the cycle will end. They're already all here.
Horatius? Looking a bit troubled
I
there.
love your
There's no
clothes.
sign of Centilla,
So
and I haven't slept right in
exotic.
3 weeks.
Don't be too hard on yourself. From what I hear, nobody saw it coming. Anyway, I thought you Stoics weren't supposed to worry about things you can't control.
Yeah, but I keep thinking, what if there is something I can do? What if she's out there somewhere suffering, waiting to be found?
Sounds like you're torturing yourself. Leave that for the gods. Try to relax, get some rest. Tomorrow's a new day.
I suppose.
Should I give him the flower now or not? I guess I should give him in the next loop. Not now. It would be stupid to give him the flower now. Let me see what I can do before the loop ends. Georgius about the Greek plague. Georgius. Georgius. Don't have way much more time.
Greetings and salute. Hello. And in a city full of Romans, you are asking me? Because I am Greek. Let me tell you something about Greeks and Romans. My name is Georgios, yes. But the Romans, they do not care.
Georgios.
They hear me say Georgios, and they think, ah, he must mean Georgius. Good Roman name. They do this all the time. They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us, but call him Jupiter. They take Hades and call him Pluto, Persephone, Proserpina. I am flattered that they copy our ideas, but why must they change the names? Do they want credit for making it all up? Do they want to forget where it came from? At first, I pull my hair out. After a while, I give up, and I become Georgius the Roman. I accept the world is Roman. Plus, I have no hair left to pull. But my point is this. If you want to know who stole an old Greek name, look no further than the sticky-fingered Romans. The plague you seek was pilfered from a collection of old Greek relics by none other than Dully. He cannot help it. Like a typical Roman, he likes shiny things, especially those that once belonged to my people. And besides, it makes him happy.
Bosh.
So I say, let him keep it. I believe he still has it with him, in his cell, just opposite the Temple of Demeter.
Temple of Demeter. It depends what main class are you playing to pick a mythic path. That's how I do it, at least. What's your main now?
I hope that our paths cross.
Hello? Hello? Do you like it? It's shiny, innit? It makes me happy just looking at it.
May I have
But
it?
if I gave it to you, then I wouldn't have it anymore, and I'd be sad.
What's it gonna take for you to give it to me?
Well,
How do I get you out?
if you get me out of here, then I wouldn't need it anymore because I'd already be happy. Like, yeah, Galerius will let me out. Then you can have my plaque.
Fuck. Oh, wait. 1 second. Šta je to? Čekaj sam. Čekaj. Nemoj sve tu, drži. Drži. Znam slučajno, drži, ne mogu sve kuriti. Daj mi ovaj ubus. Brzo. Mega Sword Saint. Oh, I don't go with a Zata and Trickster then. In that case.
Bye bye.
How do I set you free? That's the last thing I need to figure out how to do.
Greetings.
Gdje otibala listić?
Certain. Maybe.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not? Malleolus.
Anything about Centilla's disappearance?
Listen, I don't abduct women. They come to me. And they keep coming back. If you know what I mean. Whatever.
Are they? We'll speak again after you've carried out my
He told me to execute that bloody moron.
Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. And yes, no more shall you walk on eggshells. Yes. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. Yes. My first act as magistrate. I hereby announce a day of, well, I should think, a day of celebration. I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. Yes. Very good.
Did you just scale the wall to my villa somehow? I must remember to have words with that buffoon. Well...
So you're Quintitius.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else.
You got one green eye, one blue eye, just like the description in this execution order from Emperor Nero.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
Apparently Quintitius also suffers from delusions of grandeur.
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish. Unlikely, because it simply isn't true.
Anything about Scintilla's disappearance?
Of course not. But as I always say, if Sentius can't protect his daughter, how can we trust him to protect this city? Look, if you're trying to find her, you may wish to check the cisterns beneath this villa. Domitius says he saw a body there some week... Of course, just to be clear, I take no responsibility for what happens to you down there.
Withdraw from the election.
Are you insane? Why would I... Don't talk... How? Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know... And now...
I don't know how to make him withdraw from the fucking elections.
You're not supposed to be in here. Talk.
How would you like some help getting back at Malleolus?
An intriguing...
He's not who he says he is.
Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that? You know, I may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only, he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me?
Hey, this is such a beautiful woman, treated so poorly.
Oh, aren't you charming? I'm quite sure my husband would seethe with impotent rage if he overheard you say that. I love it. It seems our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity will give me the leverage I need to manage him appropriately. But first, I need you to do something for me. I want you to bring me some wine. Just one
I
small
got plenty of
urn
wine.
should do it. Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be hard for you to wrap your sweet little pleb head around. So what do you need me to spell out?
Why do you want wine?
Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about freedom, but what he doesn't tell you is that he means freedom for men. After all I've done for him, counseling him through his entire election campaign, and he had the audacity to lock me in here. He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a magistrate. I'll show him unbecoming. Tonight, at his victory party, I'm going to get good and merry, and if he tries to discipline me again, I'll threaten to expose his true identity in front of everyone. I am so looking forward to it. You mean, aside from the fact that I'm locked in this room, and Domitius is right outside the villa, because there's barely any left in the city. In fact, there's only one small urn, as far as I'm aware. And getting it won't be easy. So...
I have some wine.
Thank you. Here's the letter.
Quintius to beloved Claudia. For a time I despaired at the thought of being trapped here for the rest of my life, but then I met you and discovered that as long as I'm with you, I'm exactly where I should be. Mere words cannot express my affection for you, and so I'll perform a grand gesture in your honor. I will become the city's magistrate, so that I may govern with wisdom and strength, with you by my side. Quintitius.
Now, perhaps you can tell me who Quintius really is.
According to the bounty letter from Emperor Nero, he's the person who started the fires in Rome last year.
What? He's... Oh no. That's... quite a lot more serious than I imagined. I only wanted some leverage over him, not to destroy him. Give me that immediately. Nobody else must know.
No, I'll hang on to it.
What? No. You...
I didn't lie to you.
It was a lie of a mission. You were planning this all along and you deliberately concealed it. May Jupiter cut you down. I curse you. I curse your life and mine.
Jesus Christ, woman.
May you be unable to walk or eat or drink. May this drag you to the depths. This is outrageous. Do I need to call Domitius?
Jesus Christ, woman. When will it start? He's not here anymore, it's about to start. Let's steal 2,000 denarii, we reset the loop, and then we do everything in order. Although I have money, can I shoot? Oh, if I can arrive there on time. Where are you? Decius. Execute the suspect.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, Sergius. I hate it set Dali free. I need to stop Malleus ejection.
Salve. Oh. Yulia. Alright then. But how did you... I'll go.
That's all fine. Let me see what happens if I shoot at a magistrate.
Ixien turns.
On your best behavior, I trust?
That should be one ending, the worst ending, I figure.
This is a rather now. Is that?
I have a key to the upper cistern.
I think it's best if I hang on to it.
Is that so? Why?
You mean to ask, why am I unwilling to trust a newly arrived non-citizen with access to our water supply, the lifeblood of this city? I'm sorry, but that is simply out of the question.
You're hiding something.
Yes, our water supply. From you. I wasn't born yesterday. Poisoning a city's water supply is the oldest trick in the Codex. Quite literally. Aeneas the Tactician wrote a siegecraft manual for military commanders some 300 years ago, recommending the poisoning or pollution of cisterns. And I'm beginning to wonder if the culprit we're looking for might, after all this, be you. Perhaps it was a mistake on my part to place so much trust in you.
Of course, I'll play the DLC. I mean, I'll play all DLCs. I'm just thinking if I should wait for all 3 to come out or I should play immediately this one that's coming out. Don't know how long it's gonna be. I'll think about it. But 90% chance I'll play it on a release date.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, was there something else? Of course. What is it? Yes?
Domitius Galerius.
Why do you say that?
He's been trying to intimidate people into voting for Malleus.
So I'm told. This is truly atrocious behavior, which undermines... Thank you for bringing this to my attention, but before we proceed... Ah, it looks like... Yeah. Why do you say that?
An escaped slave, angry and resentful towards you.
You managed to extract all that from him. Well done. And I have noticed his contemptuous stares, but I had no idea he was so dangerous. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, but... Ah, it looks like... Thank you. Don't be so foolish. If you kill me, we all die. Allow me to explain. The crux of... To illustrate. When the golden rule is... If I...
I know.
Indeed. Thank you.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
No one can open the portal now. A time paradox. All worked. Talk to all. What the fuck?
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fray. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al. Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Really? That's strange. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina and murdered a local magistrate, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said that the voice of a furious god rang out, and the ground trembled and statues sprang to life, firing arrows at the city's inhabitants. Apparently, as the citizens screamed and died in pain, the stranger just vanished in a flash of light. What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand.
When I first arrived here in the present day, I found your corpse hanging from a noose.
I'm sorry, come again?
I still have the suicide note you carved into this tablet here.
Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing, but I don't understand how I could have written it.
It was written by a different version of you. I just changed the past and your fate.
I'm not following.
I killed the man who opened a time portal and drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this?
Yeah.
I guess. So what you're really saying is, you brought me back from the dead to let me die all over again. You saw the tablet. I spent a lifetime searching for a way out and never found one. I can't see how I could possibly find one now, so it seems like we're both gonna die here.
I regret nothing.
How can you say that? You murdered a man in cold blood, and now there's a city full of dead people. And it's only a matter of time before we join them. I guess all those old Latin inscriptions were right. Pro peccata unius multis dolabunt. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Achievement unlocked, the many shall suffer. Ending 1 out of 4. There's a second ending, third ending, and a fourth ending. And I can't skip the credits. Come on. Let's see what's the same.
I hope you have a good reason for flouting my weapons ban.
Perfect one.
Ah, you've returned. Of course. What? It looks like... You perhaps?
He won't release Dali, that's simple enough.
Thank you.
We need to release him.
Ugh, this place... Oh.
Scintilla, nothing with her.
Yes.
I know where the Greek tablet is. Where's the Roman tablet?
Degenerate mind. What is it, citizen? All right.
Oh my. That is... Let's see. We don't... Hercules, sis, and fine. So it's... Shh. As... Are you telling... I won't... So... Who... But first, you'd need an audit. The problem is, I suspect it looks as though somebody... If you could recover and... It's the Tarings. You'll find them all over Rome.
I got from the Egypt, I got Sumerian.
This one is
I know where the Greek one is, behind Dali. I need Roman.
Different style. That means you'll need to...
Greek Egyptian mystery. What about Roman?
May Fortuna...
Fuck. What about Roman? Is it already there? And the aqueduct. Behind the house, behind the house, behind this house up here.
Echo, you're without a weapon and I'm not.
Citizen.
Shut up. Julia.
Was there something? All right.
Door for Navia is closed. I wanna see if I can access that upper aqueduct. If not, speak with Malleus.
Salve.
Since he found the boulder. We need a key. He doesn't want to give us the key. Obelisk. Insert. Look at this spot there. So I only need a Greek one. I got 3. I only need a Greek one. Okay, I know what to do for that. I think I know what to do for that. It's fine. We do the obelisk ending.
Salve, friend. Welcome to. I still. Ah.
Do Malleus first. Yeah. Or not. No, not. I need another candidate. If I can find him. Where are you? The flower. Show the flower. We're gonna do that one. I think I got enough time. Galerius, was it?
Salve again. How is... this is... Anyway, so... anytime, now. Oh, Salve again, now.
I have the flower you want.
How did you know I wanted that flower? Did we talk about it in a previous time loop? You know what? It doesn't matter. This is going to make her so happy. Equitia, I mean. Now I just have to figure out how to give it to her. What I really want to do is walk up to her, give her the flower, and confess I've been madly in love with her since the moment we met. But on the other hand, I can't shake the feeling that the consequences could be... terrible. You mean, aside from her execution? You see, Equitia is a Vestal priestess, meaning she's taken a vow of chastity, the breaking of which would be an extremely serious affront to the gods and a capital offense. Even if she was just suspected of being unchaste, it could lead to her execution. Unchaste Vestals get buried alive. Oh, and I'd get flogged to death for good measure. But at the same time, she's just so kind and graceful, and I feel so much love for her that if I don't tell her, it'll burn a hole in my chest. I don't know what to do. What do you think? What would you do?
You tell her how you feel, consequences be damned. You can admire her discreetly from afar.
Now that I hear you say that out loud, I hear how crazy it is. I think maybe I need to be a bit more cautious. What I need is a go-between. Someone who can tell her how I feel and find out how she feels without risking her life. What do you say? Do you think you could help me one more time?
Yep.
Wonderful! Now, all I need you to do is give her the flower and tell her it's from a secret admirer. Tell her I'll keep my distance and that I just want her to know that she's loved.
That's corny, but
Come
alright.
back as quick as you can and tell me what she says.
Werglia.
Ave again. Did you find your... Oh, how lovely. It just happens to be my favorite, too. Who do I have to thank for this?
I'm supposed to tell it's from your secret admirer. They'll keep their distance.
I see. So, it's from Galerius, then?
Yep.
Of course I do. I think everyone in the city knows. That man is a wonderful human being, and my favorite person in the world. But he is the least subtle secret admirer you could imagine. The way he looks at me with those puppy dog eyes. Plus, he's been trying for weeks to get his hands on this flower. He went to so much effort, too. Suspending that rope above the lake, inventing that pulley device all on his own. He'd just stand there each morning, looking at the flower, trying to summon the courage to seize it. Oh, my heart. Tell that adorable oaf that my Vestal's vow of chastity ends once I turn 36. So, if we ever make it out of here, and he doesn't mind waiting a few years, then tell him I love him too. I hope so. It must be completed by... It'll be... But why... Certain.
Once I do everything, I can start the election. I can speed up time. First, I need Galerius to qualify for the election. And I need Malleus South.
Salve. Salve. Now.
I delivered the flower.
Thanks. What did she say?
You can fuck her after 36. Well, she's 36, she's allowed to marry.
Venus, that is the best news I've ever heard in my life. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how happy you've made me. I wish there was something I could do to thank you properly, but I don't have much to offer you. All I can do is tell you where there's a secret stash of coins you might be interested in. In the rock tunnel near the stairs, there's a little doorway set into the rock. Inside, if you look carefully, you can see a chest. Unfortunately, one of those golden huntress statues is blocking the path.
I already got it.
I'm not game to move it. If you can figure out how to get past it, I reckon there might be a small fortune waiting for you.
I already got it.
I hope that helps in some way. I've bounced the idea around once, but from... maybe that's not such a bad... Well, if you can... Alright.
I just need Malleus South. He's gonna candidate. And that's about it. For one of the endings. There are 4 endings.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
I'm not... Talk.
Anything about Scintilla's
The
disappearance?
dainty little thing from next door. Of course not. As much as I despise her father, I would never lay a finger on that poor, sweet child.
You're hiding something.
Well, I'd had quite enough of this.
Domitius, come quickly. We're being robbed.
What?
Do I need to call Domitius?
Woman, you're crazy. Goddamn crazy.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me.
I want you to withdraw from the election.
Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make... Why would I...
Because I know you're Quintisius. Your wife gave me your love letter. Nero wants you dead.
So, it finally caught up with me. I suppose that makes you... what? One of Nero's assassins?
No, I'm not.
So, you're not going to kill me?
Not if you withdraw from the election, immediately release everyone in debt bondage to you.
Oh, so much work and money. Oh, well, if I do it, you'll let me live?
You're already dead, you moron.
I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal and release those two from debt bondage. There, you got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and never speak to me again.
He will be unavailable until Galerius has finished his errands. Try talking to him late.
Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to release Julia and Ulpius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I've just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir.
We need Galerius now. He's supposed to tell her.
Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Oh, well, that's surprising, but thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know. Citizens, I have an announcement. Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default. That is all.
And what if I keep Sentius as a magistrate instead of Galerius? What then?
Don't believe a word they tell you. Sentius, I suppose. I'll have to... All right, friend.
Where is he? Where's Galerius? Where is that moron? Fuck, he doesn't mark Galerius. Where's Galerius? Is the assassin already dead? He is. Galerius. Where are you? Fuck.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Are you up there? God damn it, man, where are you? He's unbelievable. Where the fuck is he? Shit!
Be careful who
Shut
you
up.
trust.
How the fuck can I know where he is?
I hope you're coping.
Isn't
Fear.
the great temple
Are they? Ah, you've returned. Of course. What is it? Well, I'll the two if the same. If I in thank. Of course. Yeah. Why then did you? It looks like you're. Thank.
The key is not in a chest. For the upper aqueducts.
Citizen.
Galerius, I need Galerius.
Keep an
Isn't
eye
the
out for
great
Center.
temple
What now?
majestic?
All right.
Unbelievable, man. I can't find that motto. That's obvious. Where is that idiot? Not much time I lost searching for him.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Oh my god.
So, now,
Malelius withdrawn from the election.
he did? Oh, that was unexpected. I wonder what could have possessed him to do that. Well, I'll let Equitia know I'll be running.
Good.
Alright.
Now let me see who's gonna win. Should I speed it up? There's nothing else left to do. If I want a Greek plague, he needs to win. Come on.
Ave.
Status of election.
It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Galerius, the challenge. Why do you...
Can we start?
As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk.
Hold it sooner. Holding it early may prevent conflict between the waters.
Yes. I have overheard some rather unpleasant... Very well. Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Election starting.
There we go. Hope it's gonna end up well. Have time. Just wait.
With ballots, and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Me too.
Ulpius.
Galerius.
3-2 for Galerius.
Rufius.
The man who treated
4-2 for Galerius.
Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision.
He won.
Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helva.
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
We're gonna set Dali free. Then I take the last plague and then we're gonna see that ending.
Fortune smiles on you today, Julius. Magistrate Galerius here has ordered your release.
You're going to let me out of here?
I'm sorry it took so long, my friend. And it wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius. I'm so happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley. Salve, friend. I wanted to say thanks for your help. Now, what? Well, now that I've had Dooley, to be honest, I didn't really have much.
Oh.
In the meantime, I guess somebody's got to keep work. All right.
Dooley?
Hello? I'm...
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, thank you. You're a big helper. You can have my shiny plaque, and maybe you can help me find my treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me, and he said he always... But before that, he told me if anything ever happened, he gave me a key to the cisterns and told me to keep it safe. He said there's something very precious way up high. Please help me find it. Please. I had to keep it a secret until I found someone I could trust. Oh, thank you. Here's the key.
We're gonna blow the key and the plague. I believe I can see both endings on this time loop.
Hope you find it.
Below the Great Temple.
In the cisterns. Way up high. Hannibal said. Oh, look over there. Something shiny.
He's gonna steal
Is
something.
it treasure? Maybe it is treasure. I can see it for myself. So pretty.
Get
Don't
the
you just
plague
love springtime?
until he steals something and condemn us all.
Maybe no one will mind if I
No.
just take it.
No.
Don't you dare.
Oh god. Okay, we need another time loop. We got a plague, we got a key. Dali is a fucking moron. Simple as that. We got what we wanted, but we need another time loop. Come on. I believe this is the ending where we see at least 2 more endings. This is the one. There's not much less. Let me see. Aqueduct. Not much to do. What happened to Centilla? Unlock the upper cistern. We can do it. Return our plagues. Create a time paradox. We already did that. It's fine.
Salve. Oh. You look poor. Alright.
Tell Malleus you know his real name is Quintitius, thanks to Claudia, and that Nero sends his regards. Tell him to withdraw from the election and release his deaf bondsman.
What? Are you... You're serious, aren't you? I doubt Domitius will let me talk to him, but I'll make sure he... I'll go.
And we are going to the fucking aqueduct. Or to the obelisk. To the obelisk first, because it's closer. There's really not much else left. This is it. Yo. It's gonna unlock the temple. Insert, insert, insert. Egyptian. Sumerian probably. Roman. And this should be Greek. This is Greek. And this should be the place where the god resides, yeah. The owner of this shithole. Speak his name. Speak. Hades, lords of many, grant me an audience. Nergal, the fierce one, grant me an audience. Osiris, lord of silence. Pluto, father of riches. Nergal, because they were the first. It's not. It needs to be Pluto, what? So now you're a Pluto, what? Yeah. I wonder what happens with the rest of the names. I mean, I have a save, we're gonna check it out, everything. Wait. It depends from architecture to architecture. It's from the architecture. Pluto is first. Pluto is first. Because it's a Roman surrounding. Insert, 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 insert. It's Roman and then it's Pluto. Now this looks like Greek to me. So it should be Hades. This is Egyptian. So it should be Osiris. And at the end is that Sumerian god, Nergal. And now it's Matrix. What is this? Oh well. That's unexpected. That's fucking unexpected. Milky Way, Earth.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You're unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly. But there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will.
What's your story?
My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know?
You're a god.
It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave myself. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey.
Why you look and sound like a man.
My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate with your kind. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords. Desire, joy, ecstasy, even rage and sorrow, while an acquired taste can be addictive.
I see your true form.
No. Long ago, I swore to Proserpina that I would remain in this form for as long as we remained among your kind. I must honor that.
Who is the woman on your left?
This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpina to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal. Your gaze lingers too long.
And on your right?
That is my servant. You would have met by the river,
Got him.
though she wears many faces and goes by many names. Kumutabal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions. As you wish.
What's this place?
It has come to be known simply as the Underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago.
What was the wager?
That is a long story, one that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day. You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric. You all but destroyed yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance in agriculture, toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, we saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance, this time in our name. My kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty. But my Proserpina could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began her inescapable trajectory toward death. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. he would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium. My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day your kind proves itself worthy of her faith in you, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time, still waiting.
Who are your kin?
There were also gods who, like me, have been known by many names, but perhaps you knew them by their Roman names. Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Proserpina.
Who built the city?
As the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, and made all the same mistakes. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans, and they all did the same thing. They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten.
How did you decide who comes here?
To ensure the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from the silver, a rare element at the time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant and ferried to this place, with no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins, spreading to Egypt like seeds on the wind. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's Oval, or as coins for the ferryman. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original tokens. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for, only 2 remain. And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind would have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Proserpina's along with it.
How did the humans learn about the underworld?
It is a regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place was a king of Sumer and a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people, on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely, and he told stories of this place as if describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh, and his words were twisted and distorted over generations. Later, the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place, in their priests' pursuit of profit. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning, and in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped. A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, a poet named Orpheus, and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained only a seed of truth. Of course.
Are you responsible for the Golden Rule?
That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing.
Why turn people into gold?
That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife, a prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, 2 were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets, and rings fashioned from gold. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold, and when her prayer went unanswered, she took matters into her own hands. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat, where she broke her neck on the rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold. And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all, to make way for a new wave, and began the wager again. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls of this city, inanimate but conscious, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity, as silent golden sentinels.
When you are responsible for destroying all these lives.
I give your kind a second chance in life, as well as ample warning about my law. And when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing terrible suffering upon yourselves. And so you ask if I am the one destroying your lives. And I say, no, you destroy yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it.
Where did the golden bow come from?
When my kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited. A consolation prize of sorts. The golden bow originally belonged to one of my kin, who the Romans called Diana. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them, and equipped them each with a duplicate